This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Thursday, April the 9th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. In our top story this morning, the Royal Barbados Police Force has put former CLICO chairman Leroy Parris and ex-president Terrence Thornhill on notice that it intends to pursue criminal charges against them if a long-delayed High Court judicial review gives the go-ahead to do so. Assistant Commissioner responsible for crime Mark Thompson has indicated to Barbados Today that the only reason criminal court proceedings are not ongoing against Parris and Thornhill was because the High Court had ordered a temporary stop to them 3 years ago, pending the outcome of the judicial review of the case involving a directive from the Supervisor of Insurance. Asked if he knew whether a date had yet been set for the judicial review hearing to start, the crime chief responded, "I don't know if a date has been set, but now you raised it, I think it is in the interest of the Royal Barbados Police Force to check, so I will check." The Assistant Commissioner acknowledged that after such a long time of waiting, people would start speculating, but he said the delay has nothing to do with the Royal Barbados Police Force in terms of the prosecution. The two top executives are jointly accused of breaching an order by the Supervisor of Insurance in August 2009, which prohibited CLICO International Life from selling any new insurance business. Read the full story in our e-paper. Minister of Industry and Commerce Donville Ennis is this morning cautioning bloggers and others who use the social media to what he called deliberately spew filth about fellow Barbadians to be mindful there are consequences under the law for such activities. The plain-talking minister's warning came as he addressed an e-commerce seminar at Pelican Village, where he suggested that people guilty of these practices should be made to pay a price. Noting that he himself had been the subject of untrue and filthy stories, and he said while he expected that to happen because he is a politician, a number of other people, including doctors, had recently shared their concerns with him after being similarly targeted. The president of the Barbados Egg and Poultry Producers Association, Carlisle Brathwaite, has called on Minister of Agriculture, Dr. David Estwick, to investigate the importation of breaded and marinated poultry products into the country under a low 20% customs duty rate. He raised the concerns yesterday in an interview with the media during a seminar for egg and poultry farmers at the Radisson Aquatica Resort, Barbados. Brathwaite warned that with the importation of these types of poultry products under the lower customs duty rate instead of the 184%, the local poultry industry stood to lose over 20% of the market share. He told the media that Barbados brought up the issue at the level of the Caribbean Community, or CARICOM, and the grouping agreed that only fully cooked products would be able to be imported under that tariff rate.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados, are you ready for Movado? FAS Entertainment presents the Digicel Reggae Beach Party Sunday, April 19th at the all-new Reggae Island from 3 p.m. featuring the new sensation Gully Bob, Popcorn, a return of Movado. Plus Light Pipe and Status, Brutal, Kirk Brown, Mad Dog, Peter Ram, Celebrity Face, Lady Essence, Stiffy, Mole and Slims, MC Jamar the Star. The Digicel Reggae Beach Party, Sunday, April 19th at the all-new Reggae Island, Pierhead Lane, Lower Bay Street from 3 p.m. It begins here.
A test of character, a test of focus, a test of will, a test of resilience, a test of courage. Barbados, the test is on. West Indies, England, May 1st at the Mecca. Tickets $30, $40, $50, and $60. It's on.
Are you Barbados is on.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
And welcome back with news from the region that Prime Minister Francis Stewart is in Jamaica for the special CARICOM summit with U.S. President Barack Obama opening in Kingston today. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesar, who's lead head for crime and security, is expected to initiate discussions with Obama on that issue on behalf of the region.
The meeting takes place as the United Nations report has said a high number of people from Trinidad and Tobago and other countries were going to Syria to join ISIS. The Prime Minister's office said that Mrs. Prasad Bisesar, the lead Prime Minister for crime and security in the region, is expected to initiate discussions on security on behalf of CARICOM. During a telephone interview with TV6 News, the Foreign Affairs Minister could not say whether the issue of ISIS will be discussed during the summit in Jamaica or at the Summit of the Americas in Panama, where President Obama, the CARICOM heads, and other OAS leaders will be attending.
I cannot project a discussion on those matters at this point.
The Prime Minister said of the UN report last week,
the report I read is where they were saying that people were coming through Trinidad and Tobago. They may be coming from elsewhere or from Trinidad and Tobago itself. So I signed on, I co-signed and co-sponsored that resolution with the United States. At that time, there were some in the opposition who felt I should not have co-sponsored the resolution, the UN resolution dealing with ISIS. I'm very happy we've done that.
The special summit in Jamaica is occurring as President Obama nears the end of his second term in office.
Meanwhile, political scientist Dennis Springer doubts the CARICOM summit with Obama will be meaningful. Springer says the purpose of the meeting remains unclear.
What is he coming for? What is it? Because already you see, even in Jamaica, we have seen a few students or whoever it is already demonstrating. They don't want to see him coming because of what we have already seen. Is it to say that now he's put out an open arm to Cuba?
Springer is hoping that the CARICOM leaders will view this meeting with the U.S. president as more than a photo op or an opportunity to hobnob with the commander-in-chief. He says they should see the historic visit as a chance to take the U.S. to task for its recent heightened sanctions against Venezuela.
To an extent, it's not the Venezuelan government that Barack Obama is now looking as though they are the enemy. He is picking out 7 people from the government. 7, he says. But when you pick 7 people out of a government, what do you expect Maduro to think? The way that you have gone to put sanctions, you are really penalizing the whole of Venezuela for 7 people.
And on the international scene, the officer charged with murder in the shooting death of an unarmed black man in South Carolina has been fired, and anger continues to build around his case. A video shows Officer Michael Slager, who is white, shooting 50-year-old Walter Scott 8 times as Scott has his back to him and is running away. It appears that Scott was unarmed. The FBI is investigating, and once again, a shooting involving police has sparked national outrage. See the disturbing details in this CNN report.
When North Charleston police officer Michael Slager called dispatch about the shooting, listen to what he told them.
Shots fired. Get down. He grabbed my taser.
But did the suspect, Walter Scott, really grab the officer's taser? Frank Piazza is an expert in video forensics.
The officer seems to lunge and seems to have something in his hand at that point. And I don't know, maybe is he putting up his arms to shield himself? I don't know, maybe there's a tasering happening at that point.
And you also see something seems to fall
or come off the officer. So we zoomed in for a better look and slowed the video as the object tumbled off the dirt path.
And then if I take it back to that same spot in the video, and we watch it at frame by frame, you can see something.
Right there.
It also grabs a reflection. You can see it right there. It right
Almost
there.
like a silver or white or something.
Possibly something metallic.
Enhancing the video also showed us something we hadn't seen before. Some sort of struggle on the ground even before the suspect took off running.
And that's our Barbados Today morning news update. But you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 on Lime TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MindLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.